Hi artists, here's another art lesson for you guys. This one is meant for our older kids, so Mr. Nelson is thinking 4th or 5th grade. That doesn't mean that like a 2nd or a 3rd grader couldn't try this. It's just Mr. Nelson is trying to design this lesson for our little more advanced artists. So follow along with me. Today you are definitely going to need pencil, you're going to need a Sharpie, you're going to need a ruler for this first part. We're going to draw a border, and I'm going to really tell my artist that you're going to need like a fine tip, either Sharpie, you're going to need a fine tip pen, something, because we're really going to play around with the weight of these lines. There's going to be some thin lines, there's going to be some thick lines. So make sure you have a fine tip black pen. So let's get started. We're going to create a border. Now this art lesson is meant for our PTO fundraiser, and the fundraiser, this company does not like when we keep things really close to the edge. So let's keep it simple and make a border. So you can take your ruler, line it right up to the edge of your paper. And I usually like to start at the 1, and then we can go all the way to like the 8 on the small sides. And then on the big sides, we can line it right up to the edge of this paper and just go from like the 1 to the 11. You're leaving about 1 inch. This will be really nice, good use of space. Again, line it up to the edge of your paper. Double check, triple check. 1 to about the 8. And then go around. Double check. Up there. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys, okay? But that's going to give us a really nice border. Keep it simple on yourself. Just keep it right on the edge. All right, I'm done with my ruler. Again, guys, if I go too fast, you can always pause and rewind the lesson. So I am going to work with my Sharpie. I think I'm actually going to switch over to a smaller tip Sharpie for this lesson. Now, if I go too fast, you can always rewind, pause. Okay? These are simple shapes, guys. I know it might look a little complex. I've got this lightly drawn out with pencil, but I know you can do it. We'll just use very simple shapes. We're going to draw a astronaut in space. We're going to keep this really fun, very doodly, and really colorful. So follow along with me. On the left side, kind of in the middle of our paper. So here's the middle of my box. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to just draw my best circle. Guys, make sure you are doing this with pencil first. And I'm going to draw a circle, but I'm not going to connect it. It's going to be like 90% of a circle. Okay? So then what you can do after that is on the left side where you haven't closed it in, you can draw a little bit of a C, okay? So like a C shape, just like this, right where it would connect C, and then you can go down with some straight lines here, just 2 small straight lines, and then you can draw a backward C, okay? And then just connect this circle right here. So circle, a C, 2 small lines, and then a backward C. Inside, this is the astronaut's helmet. We're going to start at the top, and we're going to draw a C right here. Big C, and then you can just come down and connect it with a curve. Okay? Now, this is the front part of the helmet, so we're going to draw the little reflection of light. So we're going to almost do a mini crescent. You come up, make a little point, and then come down. It kind of looks like a banana. And then you can just draw a couple small circles. This will be like the reflection of the stars. So we're going to color all this in. All right, we got the helmet done. Now what we can do is there's a few things we can do, but let's get the arm done right away. So right below the helmet, you can draw a small C, just like that. And then we're going to just draw 2 curved lines that come up. We're going to draw a curved line that comes up to about here, and then another one that curves up. It's just following it. And when you when you draw these lines, it goes from wider to narrower to even more narrow. So try and get these lines a little closer together. And then we'll come up and we're just gonna draw a little hand. There's like a little thumb right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And guys, you don't even have to do 5 fingers if you want to keep it fun and cartoony. You can draw 4 if you want. All right, underneath this arm, we're gonna draw a little box. So we're gonna come around and over and up. A couple little dials here. And then over with like the letter L. It's just kind of like his little buttons and gears. All right, and then on the back there, we're gonna draw a little backpack that's a little 3-dimensional. So we're gonna come over like this, and then down. So it's a diagonal line and then a vertical line. And it's gonna stop right about in line with this little box that we drew right here, okay? We can draw another diagonal line that comes down like this. So those kind of match. And then this one comes down as well. Now he's kind of flying around. Maybe he left his spaceship and he's got his little jetpack. So we're gonna draw a diagonal line here. And then we're just gonna draw like a little oval right here. I can draw a little oval right on this side here. And we can finish it off with a straight line right into here. Just connect it. He's got like a little wing. Small diagonal line right here. And right here, we're gonna just finish this off. We're gonna curve up and it's gonna overlap. It's gonna go behind it. Okay. Now, before I finish the backpack, let's do the astronaut's body. So right here where we ended up doing his arm, we can just go up to here, draw a curved line that comes around like this. Kind of like a backward C. And then I'm gonna go under and then start to do a regular C right here. So backward C, regular C. I'm gonna come around here and do another backward C, just like this. And this is kind of like his boot, okay? Right here, we'll just draw a little U line there too. All right, we'll come up here, another backward C shape. It's just gonna connect right to here. Okay. So very similar shape to the arm that we did. Right here, we're gonna draw like a backwards L. It's gonna come out like this and then down. This is gonna be his leg, so we're gonna come down, over, and then it's going behind this one. We gotta make good use of overlapping here. It's gonna go over and up. And that's his leg right here, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. We're gonna keep this kind of silly and cartoony. Looks like I missed a line right here for his neck. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go in there and add a small little line. Okay. And then we can give him like a little curve here for a shoe. And we can come in here and add these little dashed lines, these little curved lines. Maybe a circle here. His suit is getting held together with all these little nuts and bolts. All right, and then with the backpack, we can draw a couple little circles here. Maybe some circles on the wing here. And then I want to make this backpack look a little more 3D, so I'm going to just make sure it really connects here. So it's going to connect right here. And I think I'll add another line. I'll come down and then over. Just make it look 3D. The back of this backpack, guys, you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to add a line here. Maybe like half a square here. Whatever makes it look a little more detailed. The fun part of this project is going to be very doodly, okay? So a lot of buttons, a lot of dials here. He needs a like a telescope here. Okay, so what we're going to do is close to him, we're going to draw a small little oval, okay? And then we're going to go out like this and then out like this. So 2 small diagonal lines, okay? And then we'll just go in, connect it to his hand. Now what a telescope does is has these like little ridges if you look at it right, it's almost like a backwards L, but it goes a little higher each time. So now I got to go up, over, and in. And then I got to go up, over, and in. Up, over, and in. And then up, over, and in. Okay? So they kind of just keep stacking on each other right here. So on the end here, where it finally ends, you can draw a really small oval. And then the same thing, just match these up. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to go over and in. Okay? I'm going to go over and in, and over and in. And there's my little telescope. Got a little silly right here. I think I'll fix this part right here. And maybe I'll just color this in. Nobody will be the wiser. All right. I'll leave a little there for a reflection. Now, I'm going to move over to probably my big Sharpie just for a little bit here. I'm going to draw a little flag next to him. And what I'll do is I'll go space it out a little bit. I'm just going to draw a vertical line that comes up. And then on the top here, I'll just bring it over and then down, just like a little rectangle. And then I'm going to go this way with a little bit of a wavy line, and then down with a wavy line, and then over, just like that. Okay. And on the bottom of the flag, we can just draw a little line like that. And we can draw like some dots here, and a couple wavy lines here. I'm gonna keep this doodly. And a little curve up there. However you want to do this, guys, this is up to you. I'm gonna stick with my thick marker. Now, we drew this astronaut, we drew this flag, and he's gonna be on a planet. We're not sure what planet he's gonna be on. Maybe he's on the moon, maybe not. But we're gonna fill this bottom foreground area. We're gonna fill this with a rainbow line. So I'm gonna start way on the edge here. You can even start right on this corner and go behind your astronaut. So go over here, keep going and going and going. Go behind your flag like this, and then just lead it into there. So now all this space is occupied by something. Okay, we'll add little craters here. So we'll add like a little flat oval, another flat oval, just so it looks like there's a lot of texture on this. Now this is really fun. So what you can do is you can draw a small little oval, and then on the sides you can add a little wisp. Okay, so a little curve that goes like this. Small oval, curve it out like this. Small little oval, curve it out. Really make it look like that has a lot of texture on it. Just a lot of ovals here, guys, and then a couple of these. And you can darken some of these if you want. You can even add a few lines in here, make it look like it has some texture. I like to do stuff like that. All right, that's enough for now. So now, the fun part of this, guys, is that the rest of this sky is really up to you. We want to just think like doodles. We want to think like stars, UFOs, rocket ships, asteroids, whatever you want. I did forget to do the astronaut's line here, so we're gonna go over here. This is so he's connected to his spaceship, he doesn't float away. Single line, and then run a parallel line, guys. Just bring it right off the page, and then you can draw some curves. Okay. Now guys, I'm going to keep the video going. This video will be a little longer. And again, you can follow along with me with some of these doodles. But again, this is really meant for you guys, where you can customize this however you want. But you want to fill this space, and then don't be afraid to have stuff go off the page. So I'm going to start with that. I think I'm going to have maybe I don't know, Saturn or a made-up planet here. I'm going to come around and I'm going to draw like a little hook like this. And then I'll draw another one right below it. So I'm going to draw this, and then it's going to come around and hook like that. Got to draw the hook first for proper overlapping, and then I will draw this circle going behind it. So the ring is in front. Okay? And however you want to give your planet some texture, you can draw some scribble lines here that just go all the way. We can draw a little UFO. Okay? So UFO, nice and simple. We'll draw a curved line, like a little bit of a C, and then we'll turn it into an oval here. So then the curve is on top. Kind of looks like a lemon. And then we'll go backwards, like a backwards C here, backwards C, and then a curve the other way. And you can customize your UFO however you want. Maybe you want to add like a little sliver in there like we did with the helmet, and then you can color in like around it. So it looks like it's got a little reflection in it. And I think I'll add another line around it. That way, in case I do all this black, then it won't blend in too much. You can draw some circles here. It's held together with nuts and bolts, and then it's maybe spewing a little bit of dust, so it's a little cloud line. Keep this fun and doodly, guys, okay? Little stars everywhere, just little circles wherever you want, guys, okay? So when we do color this in, you can leave these blank. Probably the most time-consuming part of this is just going to be coloring in the sky. That's about it. Gonna add some little puff of smoke here. He's just coming in for a landing. Just a little texture like that. Stars everywhere. Just do these little circles, guys. It makes a big difference. And maybe we'll draw a half moon up here. Maybe he's not on the moon. He could be somewhere else. All right, we can draw maybe a half planet over here. Some circles in it. A really fun thing you could do, guys, is you can draw a star. So you could do up, down, left, right, over. That's how Mr. Nelson likes to do his stars. And then you just simply trace the outside with Sharpie. And then you can erase the inside. Okay, the pencil. And there you go. You have a real nice star. You can do that wherever you want. So up, down, left, right, over. Up, down, left, right, over. And then just trace the outside with Sharpie. And then erase the inside. You'll get a real nice star shape. Another great way to do stars is that you just come up and over, make a point, and then down this way, and down this way. So curve, 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 curve. We can draw a little puff of smoke. Maybe something's taken off here and going off the page. We don't know. Fill this space with doodles, guys. Whatever you think. Maybe a nice faraway planet here. Draw some squiggly lines here. Maybe it's water or Earth, like planet Earth. Who knows where this is? We got to have a rocket ship in here, guys. Okay, so again, after you're filling your space, let's draw a rocket ship. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can look up your own, guys. I'll take you through one that I made on my own. So here's what you do. On the bottom, we'll draw a diamond shape. So we'll diagonal line this way, and then a diagonal line in. So this way, and then this way. We're going to finish our diamond. We're going to come down and then in. Okay, so draw a diamond first, and then we'll just do the bottom. We'll come out and then up and curve to almost a point, And we'll do the other side. We'll come out and then up and curve in to just a point. And we'll do a smile line here. And we'll give him a little antenna. We'll come up and then just make a circle. Who knows where this thing's going? We can draw a circle here. And hatch, we can just go over and then down. So over, up, and then in again. The little side parts, you can just go curve it down, make a point, and then come back in. Curve down, make a point, come back in. He's got to have some kind of like smoke or fire coming out of this so we can come down and make like a little wavy line. There it is. You can even do another one on the inside. That's always fun to do. Makes it look even more detailed and realistic. Alright, more stars here. Fill this space, guys. Just fill it. Could do an asteroid, so a real bumpy line. Give it some marks in here. And I like to make these look a little 3D, so then I bring a small line out and then a small line out on either side. You could even do it on this side too. And then you just follow it with a parallel line. You can draw some lines through it like this. Just more stars. There's so many possibilities. I mean, you could draw aliens out here. You could do whatever you want. All right, so this is about finished in my opinion. The goal is to fill this space. Now guys, when you color, when you think of outer space, you want to think about some dark colors. So like black, you could do all black in here and just leave your stars blank. Just leave them white for now and leave all of your other stuff blank for now, or you could color those first. Mr. Nelson's going to recommend marker. You can do some colored pencil as well. I would stay away from crayon just because we have some really small details in this drawing here, guys. So we'll start to color it. If I stop the video, that's fine. You can always look at the picture after on how I decided to color it. But I think what I'll end up doing is I'll end up tackling the sky here first. If you have some fine tip markers or Sharpies that you want to use with that, you totally can. But let's continue, okay? I think when I look at this, I'm really drawn to doing some black. So I think that's what I'll end up doing, is you can use just a regular black marker. If you do decide to do a Sharpie, that's fine. Really make sure you have something else underneath it. Okay? I think I'll start with a Sharpie, and I'm going to color in the astronaut's helmet. I'm going to leave this little sliver here blank, and I'm going to leave these reflection of these stars blank too. Look at how effective that is. Now, if you decided to do this like purple or like a hot pink or something, that would be a really appropriate choice too. I think on the top of his helmet, I think I'll just give him a little line here. Makes it look a little three-dimensional. And then this first shape we did, I think I'll give him a little line right here too. Okay. All right. Now, let's move on. So again, guys, all this sky is really up to you. All this outer space. You could decide to do it with the Sharpie. That's going to take absolutely forever. But I think what I'll do, instead of that, I'll just switch over to a regular black Crayola marker. Purple would be a great decision. Again, even a dark blue, that would be really fun. All right, so I'll probably end up speeding up this video just to show you like the finished result here, guys. So again, thanks for joining me. We'll look at the end result here in a second. All right, guys, so this is as far as Mr. Nelson is going to take you guys. So my main thing I wanted to show you was filling in the sky. Make sure you are leaving lots of little spots blank in kind of a circle or a star shape. That's really going to add tons and tons of detail to the background here with your sky. So color the rest in however you'd like with bright colors. Just go crazy with it, guys. Thanks for joining me.